Hi everyone, welcome back to Adventures in Nordland. As you can see, I'm back on my usual studio, so I can do more streaming stuff and doing a little bit better setup than before. So happy days! So I am very happy to be here with you today. So hopefully we can do a bunch of stuff together. So I'm so stoked. Things are going well. Let's see. It's up and about, I think. So if let's see if this crashes it. I am probably still online, so everything is up and about. We are doing all the bits, and the bitrate is good. See, everything seems fine. Yay! So let's do my usual tweet. Sorry, I'm a little bit late today. There was a little bit of an emergency at my at my company, so I had to wait and wait and see. Okay, so it's good, and yeah, share now, live now on Twitch. Okay, and here we go. And let's post it on Twitter. Share now. Great. So what do we want to build today? And let's see. Hello. Hey, Julio Cas. What bug will we fix today? This is a question mark, usual question mark that I ask all of you all the time. So, yay, I am. Hey, Julio Cas. So, and it's. Here we go. Okay. Think we are very good today on the stream. Okay, it's back on the same spot, back doing coding, and hopefully you will be joining me soon. Hopefully. So, and let me see exactly what's the problem with. Oh, too high. Okay, sorry. Does need to do something here. It's too high. Here we go. Apply. Okay. Let's see. Seems too high off. Yes. Reduce a little bit the bitrate. Hello, Jahood. How are you doing? Here we go. Seems it's going down, so seems good now. Okay, stable. Okay, great. Hello. Hi. Thank you, Julio Cas. Hello. Okay, so what are we building today? So let's switch to Chrome.
Okay, here we go. What are we building today? It is a lot of stuff that we could be doing. And this one is, yes, absolutely. Create test with the generator. Love it. Okay? I absolutely love testing, and I was absolutely, oh my goodness. Yeah, I opened it up and there was no test here. Okay, double material here. Sound doubled. Oh my goodness, really? Oh no. Yay. Oh no. So, here we go.
Now there's no sound. Sound is not doubled. Sound is okay now. But we need the music, which I completely forgot. So here we go. Sorry for the hiccup. I need a way to automate all this setup all the time. Like it seems a lot of complication for nothing. So, and we go. And now we have the music. And maybe I can hear it. Maybe. I can't hear the music. You probably can. But I can't. Let me check audio. Can you hear the music? Yeah, okay. You can hear the music. I can't for whatever reason. Seems very odd. Just a second. Whatever. Hello. Oh, hi. Hi, how are you doing? Good. I'm very happy to have you here. Beat and bang. Hello. Yay. Okay, there is music, but I can't hear the music for whatever reason. The setup that I am doing is not working today. Doesn't want to cooperate. I have... things are going pretty well here. Just back from my summer spot, so... which is good. And then... yes... pretty good. That's the TLDR. Getting ready to go back on vacation hopefully soon. So I am going to be very happy hopefully if to go over there to go on vacation. So let's see where we are at. Yay. Yes, well, that's what it is. So and yeah, no, I can't figure out how to do the how to set up this audio. This seems very damn odd. Okay, and it doesn't make any freaking sense. So it's not going anywhere. Super fun. Yeah. Big question. Okay, well, anyway. It's... yeah, no, it's super hard. I don't... for some reason, things are not going super easy on the audio front anytime soon. So, anyway, this seems to be working now. So, let's see where we are at. Here we go. Okay. And but makes no sense. Monitoring device, it's this one, and I should be able... oh, hello, can you still hear the music? Yeah. Nope. You should be able to hear the music, I think. So let me lower the volume again. Yes, now we can. Yeah, no, there was just a change of track. Okay, so that's the only reason why it didn't. It's not showing up. Oh, gosh, who knows? Okay, well, there's nothing I can do here. And this is not showing up, so good luck. Okay, anyway, everything is fine and you can hear the music. So hello folks, and let's start again. So Hi everybody, welcome to Adventures in Nodeland, and today we are going to do a little bit of work on Platformatic by adding tests to the generator. So let's give it a shot and let's see how we can hook up the Node Core test runner, I would say, to the Platformatic generator, so we see how things are going. So this is the issue we'll be working on. And I am going to turn on the automatic scene switcher, so when I flip, things keep flipping correctly. Hello, so it flips. Okay, so here we go. So cd git pop. Oh no, pop d. Okay, so okay. Oh, you have a lot of stuff open. There was the other PR I was working on before. Client, composer. Okay, so good. So we do the DB, we do lib. It's in the create-platformatic. Okay, so service, and we create the stuff. So let's try and see how we will set this up manually, and then cd, and then we see how things will be. cd tmp AAA. I use always this AAA folder for testing for whatever reason. So then I can do typically that. Here we go. Okay, so let's start Platformatic. Yes, and I want service. I want it here. I am not running npm install. I don't want to use TypeScript for now. This port, no GitHub action, and so on and so forth. Yeah, you do temple all or temple mao. Yeah, I know. You know, it's. I use AAA, but I also have BBB and CCC. You know, it's for fun. So if let's look at it. So if we go into my temp folder, it's full of those for like. Look, there is AAA, BBB, there is no CCC, but we jump to FFF, GGG, HHH, or HHHHH, JJJ, whatever. It makes no sense. Okay. Okay, so here is the problem. There's no freaking tests. And this is something that leaves me absolutely puzzled that I didn't notice that the generator did not have tests. So let's see how I would set. So what does this do? Okay, so this creates a route that returns a low example. Okay, so if I do, well, I need to do npmi, wouldn't I? So I got auto completion. Okay, so if I do a plt start to start my thing, and we can open it up. Ooch, it created a new window, so let's do that. Okay, it returns this thing. But if I also jump into documentation, we have all this thing. Okay, cool. So I want to do that. Okay, to set up my stuff. So this is still installed, like npm install, whatever. This is the bane of my life. Cool. Okay. And here we go. So Vim, if I wanted to develop the tests, okay. Oh, I need to do npm I at types node. Here we go. Hello. Hi, Miguel. How are you doing tonight? Or today, this morning, whatever. Okay, so we have added the types. Okay, so let's try and see if I could write a test for our root.test.js. So, okay, so here I have, this is a CommonJS module, so I need to use strict. Then I'm going to do node core test. So I'm doing const test require node test. not composer. Ooh. Here we go. And then test root. We don't have that. We have the T helper. Hello, good. So root, okay, and I need the build. No, not that. So let me check how we can do testing in here. Packages, service, test. Let's copy. Just copy bluntly. Okay, build server helper. No. Build server. Yeah, build server. And so this is require Platformatic Service. Here we go. And we need to call build server, and we need to pass in a config file or a location for our config file. So an option could be to do, yes, something like that. Let's see if this makes sense or not. So const server await, and then server inject, and get, yes, and then we want that, and we want that. It's not that. It's not hello world. It's same, and it needs to be rest.json, and we need hello. What's the name of this? Hello, and this is foobar. Okay, then let's try and see node test, root test. Let's see this crashing. Okay, TMP, yes, this is the problem. So I need to do here path. Let's do node path and join dir name. Okay. And t equal is not a function, of course, because I'm stupid, and I need const assert, node assert, and there's no assertion. This is tap assert strict equal, and assert dot strict deep strict equal, deep strict equal. Yes. Okay. And this is passing. Okay. Great. Is not testable yet. It actually is. So you can actually use this, and it's really great. So yes, problems. Oh, and we need after. So T after server close. Yes, so the server actually shuts down after we are done. So yay. Okay. Problems, okay, of this approach are a few. So the first one is we have the logger level, which it's definitely this gets picked up from the M file. So the logger level set to info in the M file, and I don't like that. Okay, mostly because if we do, it's mostly because if we do, we are a little bit in trouble. Okay, and I don't want to have this polluted. So if I do that. Yeah, doesn't pick it up. Yeah, as much as I suspected. So how can I do that? Well, a solution here is yes. Well, actually, can do this. So get server, and I do const config. Yes, not their name, but yes. Okay, this is an async function, and we do get server. Yes, and we do pass that. Okay, then we do return build server config, and we do config logger level warn, which seems better. Cannot set property. It's not logger, it's server logger level. Here we go. Yes. Yes. And config. What? There's no watch there. Yes. This seems perfect. Okay. So, okay. And I think I can move this into a helper.js file here. Okay. So here is get server from helper. Yay! Okay, I think this is okay. You still there, folks? Still with me? Maybe. Okay, so what are we doing now? We have the is Node.js a bug? Well, this is a good question. Node.js is a bug. Absolutely, like it's a bumblebee, and it's there's a question of the bumblebee. How can the bumblebee fly? And it's actually a good question. Okay, you know. It's the this you should read this. This is the physics defining flight of the bumblebee, and in theory it should not could not be flying, but it can. Okay, so anyway, so funny enough. So it's not just a bug. Yes, probably a bumblebee, if it is. Okay, so yeah, build server is not defined. Yes, of course. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. I know quantum B algos are absolutely the hardest thing that you could ever develop. Freedom DAO. So, you know, unfortunately, I'm not a quantum physics but physician, but we can get one if you want to. If there is somebody else, we can have them invite them to the stream and we can code Bumblebee algorithms. It's fantastic. Okay. This seems pretty good. Like I really like this code and the way this code is set up. Okay, so it's very close to how I am. Coach, sorry. This is pretty much like how I set things up internally in Platformatic. So I really like this setup and this code here. This seems pretty good, to be honest. Pretty good. I would move these into a routes folder. Okay, so routes, and then move it to routes. Okay, and there is that. Then I would create a plugins folder, and root is .helper, and then copy these two plugins to plugins example test.js, and here instead of doing that, this adds a decorator. So I am going to, let's see if this works. This works. So it's assert strict equal. Let's try that. Node test plugins example. Yes, it does. It's amazing. Okay, very happy. And then here we need to do a test, and not Platformatic test, unfortunately. We could do node --test test routes, and then it's star.test.js. So if I do npm test here, yay, it's all passing. Okay, wow. Okay, so now all of that is great. I just need to add it to the generators. So haha, lot of work. Do you like the new test run node core test runner, folks? So seems pretty nice, to be honest. I like it. I am very happy you like it, Trout. So very much happy. So let's see. Oh, welcome to Ampersand Joseph and JD does dev and Hoop667 and Rascode. Wow, a lot of people. And Matrix Multiplication and JogTaquai. Wow. And of course, you know, Beat and Bang and J Lordy. Yay. All of you, welcome. And Chamata Kataribaba. Wow. Yeah, Trout. Oh, Trout, you have a lot of code that you are maintaining, and you need to be tested on Node 16, right? Are you sure? I need a... Oh, Rascode. Hello. Hi, Rascode. And welcome. So, Trout, so that you are maintaining too many things that needs to be tested on Node 16. Well, is there a problem here? Because if you go to Node.js LTS and look at it, okay, sorry, I just want to point out the obvious, but Node.js, it's ending, Node.js 16 is ending support at 11th of September. So it's almost a month from now, okay? You know, Node 16 is out of support 1 month from now. So you should be upgrading soon. So, yeah. So forever, Trout, I would say. Like, I don't think AWS Lambda is dropping, AWS is dropping something at all, yeah. Oh, what's Platformatic start? How is different from NodeMon? So it is it. Platformatic is integrated, is everything integrated. So let's see, here we are on our project, and then we can do PLT start. And here you can see this is running. And this is our project here flipping. Okay, just a second, sorry. It's not, whoop, it didn't go. Okay, this is the stuff. Then we can go, for example, in our example here, change it to Twitch and save. And then I can go back in my place and automatically got restarted and reloaded, and everything is fine. It also managed TypeScript compilation for you, so you don't need to worry about it. It just recompile the stuff if you're writing in TypeScript. So yay. So that's it, really. It's pretty cool, right? And it just essentially, yes, it's not just NodeMon, it does a bunch of stuff. So you can have it's all based on Fastify. So you have plugins, you have routes, you have all the things already built in that you want. Cool. Okay. So yeah, they will. So Trout, it is the problem. Your customers will have problems. Okay, your customers will end up having significant security problems long term. I don't know how to say this in any other good way. So sorry. Oh, there is a good question of Damien. Damien Parkomen and Co. So let's go back and have a chat about it. So this serves a little bit of an intimate moment with all of you. And why did you choose JavaScript as a primary programming language? So a few different reasons. So the first one, it's scripted. I really like scripting languages. Okay, I prefer scripting languages versus compiled languages, mostly because it allows. So this is my daughter running across my door, and she is screaming badly. So I don't know. I'm sorry. So hopefully the drama crisis will pass, and we can resume our intimate moment. So the drama, it's happening outside my door. Okay, so why did I started using JavaScript as my primary programming language? First, it's scripted. So if you start doing anything that's not scripted, I don't want to have that compile time wait on it. Okay, I do something and I want it to be see it immediately, and I don't want a long compile time. I was doing Java before, and you can have very long compile time with Java. So, or even Node.js, like if you do Node.js, you have a long compile time for doing Node. Anyway, so Node that is kind of the problem. I want to have something that I can type and just see the changes. Now, this first one. The second one, it's I used to like Ruby a lot. Okay, I used to call myself a Rubyist, and I love Ruby. Ruby is probably the language of my heart. It's one of the most beautifully designed language in the world, but it's damn slow. Like all the features that make Ruby such a phenomenal language makes it damn slow. Okay, so you can't have both. Okay, you can't have nice things, and you can either that or the other. And JavaScript, it's actually the fastest scripting language out there, which a massive community. However, so the first one is I love scripting language. Second one is performance. But the third one is actually what actually completely sealed the deal for me. Okay, this is the reason. And the reason it's NPM. Okay. Now, you might joke that NPM is the, black hole and the heaviest object in the universe, whatever you can talk about it. But what? Follow me here. If you can see all those problems, minus one thing, everything else that came before NPM was significantly worse than NPM. Like big time worse than NPM. Big time. Okay? So let me make an example. So at some point in my lifetime, I was doing some Android development. It was early days of Android. And Android shipped with Apache Commons library, which was for doing HTTP calls. But it shipped a very odd version of it, and 0.9 something version. However, then this open source library later moved to 1.0 and so on. And but you could not load on Android anything that was depending on that library anymore, because if you did, because it was creating a conflict at the class loader level. Like you cannot have two versions of the same library loaded at the same time. And now you can see this is a mess, right? It creates so many duplication and stuff and so on. Yes, but the alternative is worse, is the inability to reuse code. So I prefer 10 times, give me code duplication, no problem, but let me keep going and ship faster. But, no other system did that. And that's the reason why NPM took over and the NPM community is so massive. And the success is we were able to crack a problem that nobody else has ever cracked. Thank you, Isaac Schurer. You did great here. And which is code reuse at an unprecedented scale. Okay, like any project that you start have thousands of dependencies now. Thousands. This was not something that was there 10 years ago. Maybe 10 years, yes, because there was not more 10 years. Let's put 15 years, okay? And so this is the reason why I choose JavaScript, okay? Now, there is another question from Jahud about, can you name a few... There's a question from Judik, two questions. So the first one from Jahud. Can you name a few points to not to switch from JavaScript to TypeScript? Okay, this is a question. This is a good one. So first of all, the runtime is the same. So most of the discussion points that I've done, they mean the same. Okay. The first one for me is it takes a little bit of time to transpile the code. Okay, so there is a little bit of penalty that you pay every time you run it. Now there are techniques that you can use to mitigate this stuff, like Platformatic automatically compiles it for you, so you don't need to do a lot of setup here. Or you can use TS Node, or you can do stuff in the automation front, but you still have a compiler to run and transpile your code. Which it's probably the one of the minus. The second minus is the fact that TypeScript does not exist. Okay, and it's the second one. It's about the fact that TypeScript does not exist. TypeScript is not a language. Okay, sorry. for TypeScript, if you look at the configuration file for TypeScript, adds infinite amount of options, and each combination of one of them generates a slightly different language. Oh my goodness, what is this? Okay, so reality is that the TypeScript code that you use on one project cannot be ported on another project that has a different TS config file. Oh my goodness, no, this is not for me. Okay. In fact, the first thing that you do when a company that uses TypeScript is saying, this is the TS config that everybody uses, and that's it. And that's the only sane way to use TypeScript in any large organization. So yes, this is the second point. But there are mitigations for this, okay? And the third one is generated TypeScript can be slower than JavaScript. Like you need to add additional checks and verification. Like you need to check the source code, the compiler source code, that it does not do anything funky with the generated code. Because especially if you're not picking the latest the latest one, the latest language version, it might add some unneeded unneeded polyfills for your code that you will be in trouble. So there is another good question from Judik. It's there is question for Julie. Do you need a framework like Java Spring in JavaScript? I don't know. I think there isn't to be. We are going into the direction of having good frameworks for building systems, okay, and higher level meta framework, if you call it that way. So something like Platformatic is probably, or wants to be probably, some equivalent to Java Spring in the JavaScript world. But other framework that follows it approach are Nest.js, for example, or Sails, or a lot of these, higher level meta frameworks that do a lot of work on top. So I think there is a need. Companies and people might benefit from it in the similar way that we have multiple meta frameworks on top of React. Okay, so now the question is, there is a question of try to write LLM in only TypeScript, and you are so there was a comment from Freedom DAO that said try to write LLM in only JavaScript. It doesn't scale as well economically as Python, for example. From my point of view, and my point of view here is, if you need to have, like, JavaScript is a phenomenal glue language. Okay, so if you need to interconnect between things, JavaScript is a fantastic language for doing that, and really fast. If you need to do high-level CPU bound activities, you probably want to use something like Rust, or something very, very, very low level and native. Okay, now you could do some large language modeling in Python, mostly because you essentially instruct the GPU to do the work. Okay, so and there are a lot of libraries in the Python community. Python was adopted as the default language for science, and then there are a lot of libraries for doing those kind of processing in Python. Also, it has a better numerical system than JavaScript. This helps, and therefore the actual answer is there is a lot of personally, I would just use JavaScript everywhere. There are good projects to do AI stuff in JavaScript too these days, and but certain type of research and algorithms is probably better than in Python. So yes. Anyway, this is probably my answer. I would not recommend to use Python for building APIs. more or less. This is my experience, but you can have both, and it's definitely Fast API is definitely a good framework anyway. So nothing bad to say there. But I would not. So if you ask me, I would not recommend it. There is a comment from Jaud. Every time Matteo gives such a detailed answer, I see a little bit of pain behind it. Yes, I see. All of this comes from experience. Okay, all of the stuff that I get answered here I have a good experience on those problems on all those projects. Okay, so ultimately, reducing a language in the company, having one less language in the company is worth a lot, especially in a small company. Okay, so having something written in Python and having something written in JavaScript, it's more costly in terms of the number of engineers that you need. So I typically prefer to say just stick to JavaScript as much as you can. Is probably a win. There is a question though. Can you explain concurrency in Node.js and how to implement it with an example? Okay. There is concurrency and there is parallelism. Okay. What do you mean? Like the question here is actually very tricky because I'm asking, what do you mean? Because I can explain one or even two, but we can explain concurrency and polymorphism. So it's something that I think would be very helpful for folks. In the meanwhile, Trout Soda is asking about isomorphic JavaScript is worth it through. That is JavaScript that runs both on the server and the client. Yes, it is worth it if you are doing if you have a very high traffic website. You will probably want to have some code that runs both everywhere. You typically want to do some client side rendering and some server side rendering for certain things. And it will make it so much easier for your application to have both code running on the server, same code running on the server and on the client at the same time. And it's great, okay? I would not share that boundary across teams though, so, but this is my 2 cents. Cool. A lot of people joined the channel, so I'm very happy. Okay. Concurrency. So the question about Chamtakari Baba is concurrency not parallelism, work a thread, or explain both if I'm wrong. Okay. So the question, if you go and Google it, if you go concurrency versus parallelism, okay, this diagram will show up very easily. Here we go. Where is the diagram? No, lost the diagram. There's a nice diagram here that I want to quote, and I really want this diagram, so here you go. Where is the diagram? Okay. This is the phenomenal truth of concurrency versus parallelism, okay? So in concurrency, you have one thing executing at any given time, okay? But you only have one execution. In parallelism, in parallel execution, you can have multiple things executing at the same time. So hopefully, yeah, we are going to go to see one and the other. Okay. Okay. I hope this is clear. So, what do you do is... Okay, CD stream. No. Let's see. Where did I put this up? There was a folder that I used for all of this. Oh, gosh, never remember anything. Nope. Nope. And oh, maybe Twitch. Yes, code from Twitch. Yay! Okay. So make dir 2023 0731. 0731. Okay, so we are here. Okay, so let's create a folder called Concurrency. And let's create a folder called Parallelism. In Concurrency, okay, we are going to init. Yes, okay, so we are going to say, let's write a little bit of server.c, but I don't need folders. Okay, let's just drop and parallelism. Okay, npm init. Okay, so here let's add a few libraries that we're going to use. We're going to use Fastify. We are going to use Fastify, and we are going to use another module called Piscina. Okay, and then you will see the difference. Okay, so and let's see if we can get a module. Let's see if we can get a module to something very... Yes. Okay. Seems great. An absolute stupid module. Okay. Fibonacci. Perfect. So npm I Fibonacci. Yes. Perfect. Absolute stupid module. Okay. So we create a server. And this server, it's let's use modules. So type module here. So you can type module. Okay, so let's use this and import Fastify from Fastify. Great. Server. Yes. Oh, we need Fibonacci. Yes, from Fibonacci. Great. And yes. Okay, so now we can, here we do const number query. Perfect. Here we put let number. Oh, well, let's put a const. So here we can do, let's start a schema. So schema, query string, type object, properties, number. Yes, I want a default of 10. Okay. Great. So here we can close this. Then server.listen, port 3000. And we await this. And we do logger true to just be sure. So node server. Oh. Okay, node server. And then we can, if we curl. Yep, 10 iterations. And I can number, and I can put it as 1000. Oh, I need, yep, take a little bit of time, a little bit more time to process this. Okay, and it says 32 milliseconds. Okay, versus 0.4 milliseconds, like an order of magnitude. If I add one more, it now starts to crunching, you know, having a little bit of time to responding. So let's stick with 1000. Okay, so here we go. We have this one at 1,000. Okay, and it takes 35 milliseconds to get the data. Okay, so here, this seems a good server. Okay, and it's a good server. And what you do now, you want to we want to benchmark this. Okay, so before we benchmark it, I just disable the logger, otherwise things will get very awkward. Then I do node server. Okay, and then I can use autocannon. So I want to, for example, with 10 requests, concurrent request, I want to ping, I want 7001 3000. Okay, and I want to query it for with 1,000. Okay, so this is going to test my API, and we'll get some numbers. Okay. Now, this seems good. Okay, it does 33 requests per second on average. Okay, the median is 33, which compute this takes consider on the previous go, it was getting us a 34, 33, 34. More or less seems about what I would get from a second. So this actually makes a lot of sense. Okay, and which, you know, it's what it is. So now, can we? So these execute things one at a time. Okay. Now, if I instead, this is concurrent execution. Okay, in the sense of all of these can happen at the same time in parallel. Okay, it's if we did some. Oh, sorry, it's 6. And these requests are processed in concurrently, in the sense that we receive one, and the request is received, and then we compute this number, and then we send the result. Now, however, what I could potentially do is doing parallel execution. Okay, so I could open up Piscina. Okay, and Piscina is a worker pool, and it's great. It's a great worker pool. So basically, what you do that. Okay, so you do Piscina from Piscina. Okay, and now you do const, which means pool in English, in Italian, sorry. So here, and you need to specify the file name that we want to use. So worker.js. Okay. Yes. Okay. And now we need a worker file. So worker.js. And in here, we copy this bit. And we need the Fibonacci stuff. Okay, so export default async number, return result. Oh, yeah, okay. So we have moved that, okay. And now I can, instead of doing Fibonacci here in this way, let's see, I can send a message to my pool. So instead of doing that, I can do pool run number. Okay. And get result. So now if I run my server on top and curl, this works exactly the same as before. Okay. So, but, okay, if I spin up my htop, okay, you can see it on top. There is a lot of OBS running. And if I run my autocannon, Now it's using all my CPUs instead of just one. Haha. And now we are doing parallel execution. And in fact, now we have essentially doubled the amount of requests per second that these can achieve. Okay, so now it can do 88 at the median, and here with latency at the 99.9 at the 99 percentile of 572 milliseconds there, and now it's 225, considering the same load that I'm applying to the server, just because I'm using all the CPUs that are available on my system. Okay, I need more CPUs to be taking care of parallel execution. Okay, hopefully that is clear. Okay, I hope I gave you a good explanation of this. Let's go back and see exactly what happens on each top, so that if I flip this back, so let's do it one more time. So it's we can do return. Okay, this one. Okay, so we do that, and then we run the server. Htop, and no, sorry. Okay, we run the server autocannon. And with 10 requests, as you can see, the load of the system is low. Node.js is at 100% of CPU time, and it's going great. And the request per second is 33, and latency at the 99th percentile is 575. If I flip it back and use the pool instead to do the same computation, I can now use all the CPUs that I have available, which it's pretty cool, right? Because these can do now a lot more computation at the same time. So hopefully that will explain concurrency versus parallelism in a good way. Hopefully. Let's add concurrency versus parallelism example. Hopefully that's clear. Okay, folks, I have created a little bit of a discussion, but cool. Okay, so please share your Twitter account and streaming time. So the streaming time, it's usually Monday and Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Central Europe time. And my Twitter account is Matteo Collina. You can definitely follow me there. And if you haven't, and to usually talk a lot about a lot of stuff. So here you go. This is my Twitter. There's also a YouTube channel, and where all these recordings go, so you can watch that there too. Cool. Julio has, I think, was it you that had some discussion that wanted to be had some questions while we are doing questions? Because at this point, also these streams went sideways. Like all the last streams went totally sideways all the time, which is unbelievable. Cool. Well, let's go back and what I was working on. Okay, who the heck I remember? Oh yeah, I was implementing the tests. So yes. Yes. Okay. Great. So, And here I need in create-platformatic, okay, I want to add service here. Plugin folders exist, okay. So here I need to do let's plugin test. Oh, no, didn't happen. What the heck, it didn't happen? No. Plugin test. Yes. 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 Okay. So we are creating the folder here. And here it's... Hello, Damien. Thank you very much. Generate test with types support. So where is generate? Plugin with TypeScript support, and then we need to generate the tests. Tests with types support. Make dir tests is TypeScript. We need to create a bunch of files though. So we need to create tests. We need to create tests plugins. We need to create tests routes. Then plugin test. Okay. And yeah, we need to do a bunch of stuff. So yeah, no, I need to redo all of that. Let's comment this out. And here we go. Here we go. Okay. We are creating the folders. Now it's, I need a test template. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. So this is test routes with types support. Okay. So we need to reference that. And let's see, we'll see. So we need to copy some of the stuff from here. And I need, oh, first of all, I need to copy the helper. Test helper JS. Here we go. Okay. Yes. Then test route with types. So here this needs to be, let's check. So in order for this to, this does not know server dot, it's no, this is, it gets it correctly. Amazing. Okay, I love the TypeScript from time to time. Okay, so this is correct. Now this is not needed, and I need the test of my route. So the test of my route is here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, sorry. Oh. No, I made some freaking mistake. Okay, so. Okay. Okay, copied correctly. Okay, pasted it correctly. Test routes JS. Okay. And okay. Plugin and routes. I need to write. This is tests and routes. And I want test routes.js. Then I want to write helper.js. And this is test helper.js. Okay, so let's test this thing out. Make dir bbb. Oh, ram-rf bbb. cd make dir bbb. cd bbb. create-platformatic. No. Oh, okay. And generate tests. So this is wrong. So let's call it generate tests. Let's call it generate tests. Okay. Run it again. Service here. No. Here. Ooh. On a directory. What the heck? And open. What did I try to do? Generate tests. Made a mistake. Okay. So here it's root.js. .test.js. And here it's yo. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Yes, of course. Makes absolute sense. I need some changes there. Sorry, where is create package JSON being called? Scripts. Create package JSON. Okay. Create package JSON. Where is scripts? And there is dependencies. Okay. So, well, scripts and dependencies. So we need scripts. And we need tests. And these do a node test star. And this is script, and then I need the add platformatic service. Yes. Okay. Here we go. Beautiful. Didn't work. Oh. Yes. Well, script, yes. I also need to do dependencies. Yes, the test script, it got there. Yeah, mistake of mine. So it's not test, but it's tests. Or should it be test? It should be test. I made a mistake in the other side. So create service tests. Test. Okay. Okay. And it worked. Okay, great. Amazing. So now I need also the test plugin.js. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Oh no. Plugins. Okay. Service here. No. Here. No. PMI. Yes. Here we go. Okay, perfect. So we have added the generator for 2 tests. Okay. For the node test stuff, which is fantastic. Okay. Great. Very, very excited. Very, very happy about this. And seems about right. So there was a question from Julio Cass about what do you have an opinion on the Postgres.js driver. Now, Postgres.js, it's a new driver for Postgres on that it's great and has a great performance apparently. So it's great. You should be using whatever, to be honest. I never really got into much of these, mostly because this has its own syntax, and then I actually prefer to use this other module, which just an overlay on top of all the things. So, but yay, look, it seems great. Like I never had the problem that this needs to solve for switching. Okay, if you pass me the term. Yeah, no, it's the database stuff. It's not an ORM, so I use the same pattern. It just works across databases. It's what makes Platformatic DB possible. So cool. Okay. And yes, so this it's it. I have a question. Is there TypeScript expert here that somebody really likes TypeScript in this group of people? Because I have a question for all of you. So this seems good. Everything is fine. We can generate. Let's do a commit actually. So, and this needs tests though. Oh, come on. Okay, let's add this it so it's actually tiny. Oh, no. Push D packages. Create platformatic npm standard. Oh, okay. Sorry. Here. Now it's passing. Okay. Let's do a commit for this. This needs test, needs a bunch of work still, but I don't know. We'll probably do some more work in the next few days and the next stream definitely. So I did a lot of talking this stream, very little coding. So I don't know. Hopefully you liked it. From time to time things get a little bit more Q&A versus coding stuff. So here we go. So we can create my PR, and this is only to be a draft PR. So fixes. Where is it? Oh wow, 1, 3. Here we go. Okay, this is a draft PR. There you go. Thank you very much for joining. I still need to go back and deal with my little emergency at the company. I really wanted to stream anyway, so I loved having you here. And yes, the question about TypeScript is... So the question about TypeScript is, how do you compile the test with the new stream node test runner? Haha. This is the gist. This is the question for you. Okay, I want to write the tests in TypeScript, but still load everything correctly. And yeah, I have no clue. So now, this is the question. I have no good answer. I would probably just do a TypeScript compile and then run the things straight away from there. I don't know. I need to figure it out though. So I don't know. There's a question mark for all of you. So let me know, and we'll chat again on Thursday. Yes, please. Thank you for joining, and I am very happy to add you all here this evening. And yes, I would just say have a good day, folks, and see you on Thursday. So please, I don't know, come back and join me for the discussion on Thursday, for the work on Thursday. So yay. Bye, folks. Bye.